Hi everyone and welcome to Stamp with Angela. I'm Angela Palmer and I'm excited to be here with you today to share some crafting and stamping ideas with you. And today I'm going to do something called, I'm going to case a card, casing. So I'm not sure if you've heard of that before, but casing is often known as copy and share everything. So often we see creations made by others and we want to give that a go as well. So that's what I'm going to do. And obviously, if we are using ideas and things from other people, then it's good to give credit and an acknowledgement of their work. So what I'm going to do is case something from the Mini Catalogue. So the Mini Catalogue, which will be ending soon, so towards the end of December, beginning of January. There's lots of wonderful, inspiring ideas in there. And I really like the Reindeer Fun Bundle, which is stamps and dies. And there's also paper and other things that coordinate with this. And I've done lots with the reindeer, but I hadn't actually got around to using the present dies. And they're fun to use and fairly easy as well. So I thought, let me do something with those. I couldn't quite decide what to do. So I had a look at the catalogue and saw a card that actually uses the reindeer and the presents. And so I thought, let's just case it. So maybe when you're stuck for an idea, look at the catalogue, see what's there, get some ideas, and then you can maybe start with that, make that first, and then go on to making other things. Now, I have used the reindeer stamps and dies a lot and in different ways. I initially wasn't going to buy it. I thought it was cute and nice, but no, I didn't need it. I tend to like Christmas trees and ornaments and things, but I saw so many wonderful creations. I thought I have to get this. So I did, and I have used it lots. And I was pleasantly surprised how quick and easy the deer is to make and things like that. And the presents too. So with the die cutting, it's nice and quick and easy. All right, so let me change over to my table and I'll show you what it is. Now, I'm not sure if you saw my post. I posted this morning saying I was going to use this, and look at page 26. And these are the samples in the catalogue, and for you to guess which one I was going to use. Now, if you saw in the last half an hour, I did share a photo of it, but if you haven't, then it might be a surprise. So any thoughts on which one it's going to be, whether it's going to be using the DSP or stamping and colouring with the deer, or this one here? And then we've got this idea too. So the one that we are going to make, like I said, if I gave it away, has presents on it. So it would therefore have to be this one here with the presents. So only a little bit of stamping, the Merry Christmas, and then I've put a reindeer inside, but mostly die. So let's have a look at my card and see how it compares to their card. I'll put this next to it. I did do something slightly different. And that was mainly just with the embellishments because I didn't have what they had. So as a demonstrator, we have access to like a recipe file. So it's got an image of all the different cards that are used in the catalogue and a list of what supplies they are used, and if it maybe includes a technique. No instructions, we've got to figure out that ourselves, but I was kind of thinking, oh, I wonder what embellishments these were, and I could look it up, and it was the pearlized enamel that they use, which I didn't have. So I thought, okay, well, I'll use something else. So I'm using the red and white adhesive backed peppermints. So you can change it up slightly. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. But so I'm copying it from this. So let's get started. Now, I know I have done the reindeer before, but like I said, I love it. And I wanted to show you how you can case something from the catalogue. If there's something you've seen and you're not quite sure what it uses or the color, feel free to reach out to me and I can look up in my document and then tell you. So it's a cool resource to have. All right, so let's get started. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do these presents and the reindeer, put them aside, then we'll do some stamping and our front piece, and then away we go. All right, so the reindeer dies are these three here. So I use Early Espresso for the body, that very vanilla for that, and then the last layer is pecan pie. And I have prepared those earlier. 1, 2, 3, just for the sake of time. And then for the presents, we have got two different sizes here, and I don't know if you can see how it's got the dots on it, so it adds a bit of texture to it as well. If you look carefully in there, it's not just cut out, it's actually got a pattern on it, which is very cool. So we've got two of this long one, which is going that way and then that way, and we've got a short bow for when it's that way, and then the long bow for when it's the other way, and then here and somewhere, oh, it's a little bow here for my red parcel. So we've got a mixture of Pool Party, Real Red, and Garden Green. And I also have prepared this earlier. So we've got two rectangles, but one's going to go that way. Our square. So that's going to go on here. And you can obviously change up the colors. I'm keeping it the same. So that one goes there and that goes there. So once you just need to die cut a few pieces. And I've made a couple of these cards now. And they're actually fairly quick to put together. So it'll be a fairly quick card today. You just need to sort of do a bit of die cutting first. Get yourself organized and then away you go. So we're going to put that bow on that present like that. We might just come down a fraction. Try and put it in the center. I think that looks okay. We're going to put the red on. So the top part is above the present, so we just really want to put it more on the bottom here. And that by having the separate dies, and that will dry clear, you can obviously mix up your colors. So we've got, you know, red and Pool Party and green and red and that kind of thing. So using the similar colors to what are actually in the DSP. Okay, so 3 presents done just like that for our reindeer. Get all those out the way now. This is the base. We're then going to come in with our very vanilla. Not too much because you don't want the glue squirting out. Put that on top. I might just pick it up so I can line it up nicely. And one more. So this is so quick and easy. Just going to put a little bit on his ears, but I don't want it to squirt out. Okay. Oops, I'm going to pick it up again so I can line it up properly. And don't you like the way that, you know, you've got the different color with the eyes? You've got a little bit of the vanilla showing through, and then, oops, the Il Espresso. So that is so quick, nice and easy. All right. So we're going to get a piece here that we are going to die cut with this die. Now I did make another slight change. This one here has got a slightly wider border than what I have on mine. So I was nearly going to cut it shorter, but then I realized I would not have much either side, and I didn't want to make it too flimsy. So in America, they have their cards are slightly wider and a little bit shorter. So I've gone for a narrower gap to compensate, so there's still a bit of room around the edge of here. So I will need to bring up my machine. Now, if you have a look, this is also embossed, but it's important that you die cut first and then emboss, because if I emboss this and then die cut, it's going to flatten it again, okay? So if you have to emboss and die cut, make sure you do the die cutting first. So let me bring this up. And it's not going to quite fit under my camera, so I'll kind of be out of view, and then you'll see it come shortly. So try and line that up. So you can have like the ferny bits at the top or at the bottom, but obviously we've got lots of presents, so we're having that hang down from the top. So just trying to line it up here. Oops, I'm hitting the camera, not good. Here we go. Here it comes. I'm actually going to go back again. Actually, did I go all the way to the edge of the circle? I'm not sure. We'll see. There we go. Just to make sure it has cut all the way through, and you can just check that looks pretty well cut. I'm going to leave this here, but take these off because we're going to emboss it in a minute. I'll put those aside. And where is my little mat? So I'm going to put that down in my brush and just try and press out some of these just to kind of help excuse the noise, and then lift that up carefully. All right, so we just need to just help the last few. I kind of wriggle it a little bit because we don't want to rip any. A couple here, just help push it out. There we go. That bit there, I haven't found a use for that, have you? All right, and then push these out. All right, so if you are die cutting and embossing, die cut first. All right, there we go. Then we're going to get our Forever Plaid, which is a very large embossing folder, and put it in. So just remember that this is the right way up if you want the embossed side on the top. I'm going to put that in, take it round, and then I need to put my specialty plate, which is the grey one, on top because it's a 3D embossing folder. Now I'm just going to try and line it up because there are lines and I would like it to be as straight as possible. So put the closed end in first. You'll see it come through any minute now. And away we go. Okay, let's take a look at that. I'm going to move my machine out the way now because that's all we needed to do for that. And look at that. Awesome. Okay. So we've got this here. So what I'm next going to do, I don't know if you could tell or you can tell from the catalogue, but to me it looks like this is raised up. And we also need to stamp this bit here. So actually before I put my dimensionals on, we're going to figure out where we want our stamping. All right, I have a square bit here. So actually that way. So I need it to be a little bit narrower than my green piece so that I don't have it outside the edges. So basically we want it kind of like that. And what I'm going to do is get a paper piercing mat. You can see I've done some before. All right, so I want sort of Merry Christmas around there. So I've done a mark before, so let's put it there. So around where that line is where we're going to do our Merry Christmas. Whoop, like that. Okay, so I'm using real red, excuse me, and the Merry Christmas. And basically, I'm just stamping it lots of times. I should show you a tip with putting the stamp on as well. So let me just clean that and then I'll start again. So when you put the stamp on, oops, I don't want to move that. If you put it on like this, you might do it wonky and not straight. So the best thing to do is put it down. If you've got a line, even better. And then put your block on the top. And then it's more likely to keep its shape. All right, so I wanted Merry Christmas. I'm trying to see with the camera above and try and get it straight, which could be interesting. I'm going to move it slightly to the left so I can see a bit better. So it doesn't have to be exact, but I'm wanting sort of Merry around there. And then I'm kind of wanting Christmas. Oops, have we gone wonky? Is that not straight? Not really. So let's just turn it over and try again. We're about there. Okay, let's try and get this straight this time. So Merry, about there, and Christmas kind of underneath it. And then basically we're just trying to stamp Merry Christmas around it to make like a continuous pattern. Trying to get it straight. Do you get the idea? We'll do a Merry Christmas there. I don't think we need to go quite this low, but we'll have a look. So what we'll do is we'll put this over the top and see how it looks. See, that's pretty good. I can see my Merry Christmas there. Okay. You don't have to have it showing through like that, but I quite like the way you can kind of see Merry Christmas behind. So what we're going to do is make sure our card opens the right way to start with. I'm going to close that up so I don't get ink where I don't want it. And let's say we put it here. And then we're going to line this up on the top. Is that about right? So now I want to move it slightly to the left. Maybe up a little bit. Okay, don't have to be exact, but there we go. All right. Sorry, I haven't been looking at messages. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. So what I'm going to do is take that away, use my pencil to kind of mark roughly where it is, and then I can grab my glue and glue it in that position. And I will double check because I've got a little moment to move it around as well. So we think about there. Let's quickly try and adjust it if we need to. Maybe just straighten it slightly. How is that? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? And then our, where is he? Our reindeer will go here. So you're not going to see them all, but you can kind of see, you know, the writing in the background. Excellent. So someone said, so Linda said she's used the cut inside for a sentiment. So yeah. Or what you could even do is use that die cut something out of there or whatever, so you don't have to waste it as such. Right, what I'm going to do next is put on a whole lot of dimensionals. Now, if you wanted to, you could use foam adhesive strips, which would be probably a bit quicker and easier, but I don't have any right here now. So I'm going to use some big and some, on these ones I actually use mini, but I haven't got any mini handy now. So I'm going to put some big ones around here. I don't want to put one right here because remember my reindeer's going to tuck in there. I will put one at the top. What I might do is just put these little ones along the side to support that bit. We don't want them to be seen. And then I might put another one just a bit lower down. Okay. So that should be good. Then we're going to pull off all these. Since I don't really have nails, the Take Your Pick tool works really well. Whoops, stay down. I use my Take Your Pick tool a lot. You guys have one? Oops, that's not coming off. Now, usually I highlight it to know if I've taken the sticky layer off, but I haven't, but I can tell they're off. Okay, here we go. So we're going to put that on. So what I'm going to do is just gently put it down without pushing so I can make sure that it's sort of lined up. And then if I'm happy with it, then I will press it down. Look at that. Excellent. All right, so we've got our presents and I've just got to find my reindeer. You saw me make him. Why is there always something that walks or moves or something? Did you see where I put it? You can tell me in the comments. I just put it to the side. Where did it go? Is it on the floor? Where is my... Is it underneath? Nope. Okay, under here? Nope. Got the dies. So, oh, here it is. No, that's not it. Okay, I put everything out ready to go, and you saw me make the reindeer, so it's got to be handy. But what I've probably done is pick something up and put it on top. Right, we're going to need that for stamping in a minute. Last time it was staring me right in the face, and it was right there. This is not good. Where is it? Not underneath the cards. Well, if not, we'll have to cut another one, and then we'll find it straight after. Okay. Okay, let's just put our presents on, and we'll come back. I was going to put the reindeer in first, but... So those two are stuck down, and then that one's going to be dimensionalized, and our reindeer will go in there. Okay. If not, that's fine. We'll quickly cut another one, and then we'll find it straight after we have. So some of this is hanging over, so I'm only just going to put glue on that side, so when it's stuck down, it's just like so. And then opposite on this one, I'll put it on this side, again, because it's hanging over a bit. But these presents are so cool. Now, this one I said I'm going to put with dimensionals. So let me grab a dimensional or two. We might just use a couple of small half ones again and put that here. All right, we're going to stamp the inside and then we'll try and find our reindeer or do another one. So I've just got a piece like this. I've just got one of the stamps. This one here, you could do a tree or another reindeer. And I'm going to stamp with pecan pie and put that on the inside. So if you are making these, or you can even, change them up a little bit, do a whole lot of die cutting first, get all those bits ready, and then you can just assemble them. So let's put our reindeer like so. Beautiful. And we'll put that inside. And then we've obviously got some embellishments to add as well. And like I said, I'm doing different from what's in the catalogue because I didn't have that pearlized enamel effects, I think it's called. So that's like that. So we'll add our embellishments, which are right here. So I've got kind of one large up here, and then a medium and a small down here. 1, 2. So I've used these quite a bit. They were popular. They were out of stock for a little bit, but now they're back in. Okay, having one last look for my reindeer. Otherwise, we're going to make another one. So let me just, what have I put down? I did pick up the catalogue, so unless it's stuck to the back of the catalogue. Yes, it did. Look, there it is. Found it. It was stuck to my catalogue. All right, retrace our steps. Yay, we found it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue on the back, and then I'm just going to tuck them in under the foliage like that. I might just, lift that up. There we go. We can't quite see our Merry Christmas now, but you know the message is there because of his, maybe we should have gone a bit higher, but that's okay. There we go. How was that? Is that fairly quick and easy? All right. So like I say, have a look at the catalogue, see what's in there, use that as inspiration, and do it, exactly the same or vary it up a little bit if you wish. The colours I've used are basically the similar colours to what's in the paper as well. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen, but the Last Chance products have now been, released. So these are products that are retiring. So ones from the mini catalogue that won't be carrying on because obviously there's a lot of product in here and they can't keep everything. So it now goes into a category called Last Chance products. So check that out. The Reindeer Days Suite or the Reindeer Fun Bundle is retiring. Okay, so this will be going. So if you do like it, I would look at getting it sooner rather than later. I know the dies, I'm pretty sure, are discounted. Bundles generally aren't, but just if you're getting both, have a look at what's cheaper, them separately or the bundle. But if you want to get them, I know Christmas is coming soon and you may not get much of a chance to use them this year, but then you could have them and you could start your Christmas cards early and be ready for next year. So check that out, the Reindeer Fun. So also with Last Chance, there'll be other products that are in there that aren't necessarily from the mini catalogue. They may be online exclusives that will be retiring soon. So that can go there too. And also there's no clearance rack anymore. The clearance rack items have been moved into this Last Chance products folder. Now the good thing is, in the past with retiring things, it was only here to a certain date, like when the catalogue finishes, and then they were gone. So some things have sold out already, like the decorative tree dies. But some things, if they've still got some left, then they'll just stay there until they all get sold. So obviously, if you really want it, get in soon in case it does sell out. But if it doesn't sell out straight away, then they will be available until they sell out. All right, let's see. Any questions? All right, wonderful. See those of you who are here today. Renata, Linda, thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. Look under my ink pad, says Linda. Yeah, I didn't see that. It was actually under the catalogue, but we found it. So there we go. All Lynette's here as well. So I appreciate you guys joining me today. It's wonderful to have you. And I know many of you, should come back to me now, shouldn't I? Where are we? Switch cameras. Here we are. I know some of you watch the recording later as well. So thank you for that. So whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, I appreciate you being here. And I hope it's given you some ideas with your crafting and things. So I know this is a specific set, but you might be able to apply some of the principles of this to other cards too. So like if you're die cutting out a shape, a circle or something, and then you want to emboss, make sure you die cut first, then emboss, things like that. So knowing those little tricks. Very good. Well, thank you. Renata says it's a lovely card. Yes, others like this die set too, so that's great. Now, what I'm going to do is for next week, we're going to do something a little bit different, and I will have to share ahead of time. So I've done it once before, I think way back in September, I did a mystery stamping. So next week for my live, I'm going to do a mystery stamping as well. So in my newsletter and ahead of time, I will share what you need for the mystery stamping, and then we'll make it together. So I'm not going to be showing you step by step what to do. I'll be telling you what to do. You know what you need. You'll make it. So you got to follow the instructions. Hopefully I do a good job, and then make the card. And then at the end, we'll see what they look like. Now you can make it Christmas themed, or you can make it something else. You'll need, some cardstock, some DSP, maybe embellishments, a bit of ribbon or twine, and a stamp set as well. So that will be something that'll be fun next week to do some mystery stamping. And if you can't do it live, you can watch the recording and then just follow through that as well. So that should be exciting. I thought as we come towards Christmas, that is there going to be one more after that? Let me just have a look. No, the following week is Christmas and then Boxing Day. So this will be kind of my last live next week before Christmas. So a good chance to try something new. All right, so if you're not on my mailing list, please subscribe. There's a link on my blog, and you'll get a free tutorial when you sign up, and then information, other exclusive tutorials and information as well. All right, so thank you so much for being here today. I hope you liked today's card, and why don't you check out the catalogue and see some of the cards in there and have a go at creating them yourself. If you're not quite sure what has been used, then reach out to me and I can check my master list and let you know what supplies have been used for that card. All right, so thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for our mystery stamping. Until then, have a great day, and if I can help in any way, please reach out to me. Oh, sorry, one last thing. Do I have it handy? We are starting a new catalogue soon, which do I have handy? I did have it before, but I think I have moved it. Just looking. I thought it was under here. So we've got a new catalogue coming out, so I will be sending those out very soon. So if you've bought from me in the past, in the last 6 months or so, I'll definitely send you one. If you haven't bought from me before and you'd like one, do let me know. There's a link in the description to put your address, or if you've changed address too, please let me know and I'll send one out to you. All right, thank you so much for being here. We will have our second ending and we'll see you again next week. Thanks so much. Have a great afternoon.